Hey friends, it's Len here from 1A Auto. Today we're going to be working on our 2001 Ford Focus, and I'm going to show you how to do a serpentine belt tensioner pulley. It's going to be very simple. I can do it, you can do it too. And if you need that or any other part, you can always check us out at 1aauto.com. Thanks. We're going to need a couple things here. We're going to need a 10 millimeter. We need to take this off right here. We're going to need a flathead. I'm going to come around the back side there, disconnect the rearward side. We're going to get this out of the way, get this one out. I'm going to use my socket. We don't have to disconnect the coolant hoses, we just need to move this stuff out of the way. I'll show you what that screw looks like in 1 second. That's what it looks like. Nice and rusted. Set it aside for later. Sometimes you can just lift up on this, other times you need to pull a tab. This one just comes right up. It's missing the little clip you do there. Let's pull this aside. Got a clear view of this motor mount here. Now we need to remove this power steering. This just slides right up. There we go. Set this aside as well. Try not to put that upside down. Not that it really matters, but stay. Thank you. Okay, so I've got my 14 millimeter wrench. I'm going to bring it down here. The tensioner is located right underneath the alternator. The tensioner is what keeps tension on the belt, obviously. Maybe I needed to say it, maybe I didn't. What we're going to do now is we're going to grab the wrench, carefully pull it towards the front of the vehicle. It's going to relieve tension on the tensioner and make it so the belt's loose. At that point, I'm going to use my other hand, and I'm just going to try to slide the belt off of one of the smooth pulleys, which would be this one right here. With all goes well, should be fairly easy. So I'm going to grab it, carefully pull it, make sure I don't get myself into any pinch points. Can be dangerous, so safety first. Number one concern here at 1A Auto. I'm just going to give this a little pull, just like that. Try to pull the belt off of the smooth pulley. Now I'm going to bring the wrench back. There we are. Can get the belt off of there. Perfect. We'll just leave this down like this. Hopefully. There we are. To do the tensioner pulley, we're going to remove the tensioner from the vehicle. There's a 10 millimeter bolt right here. There's one right down over here. Once we get both of those out, we'll move along to the next step. There's bolt number one. We're going to go ahead and remove the second one now. Okay, socket on there. Tensioner is loose. Now we've removed our serpentine belt tensioner. We're just going to remove this bolt right here. Hold the tensioner. There we are. I used a 14 millimeter. That's the bolt. Set that aside. Grab our pulley. Got a little washer there. Over here, we have our tensioner pulley off of our 2001 Ford Focus. Over here, we have our brand new quality 1A Auto part. Hold them up next to each other. As you can tell, they have the same amount of ribs. It's very important. Make sure you have the same amount of ribs. Same diameter. Super important as well. You don't want one that's bigger or smaller than the other. Comes with a brand new bearing. Also very important. I don't see any reason why this wouldn't be a quality part to go ahead and install into the vehicle, so I'm going to do it. If you need this or any other part, you can always check us out at 1aauto.com. Thanks. Tensioner, brand new quality 1A Auto part. We get the pulley there. We've got our washer with a lip on it. Lip goes in, up against the pulley. We've got our bolt. Just going to zip it in with our 14 millimeter. Get rid of all that rust. Pulley spins freely. Very nice. All right, let's install it. So here we go. We're gonna get these bolts started. You can start with whichever one's easier for you. I'm just gonna go ahead and go like this. And then I'm gonna bring the whole tensioner down to where I need it. Start this first bolt in. Once I get it a few good threads, I'll start putting in the second bolt. Once they're both started, I can go ahead and tighten them up. Just bring this down. Try to slide it down in where I need it here. Okay, at least I'm down in there at this point. I'm gonna get that bolt lined up with the hole. Okay, got the first bolt lined up with the hole, a few good threads. We'll grab our second bolt, pull the tensioner up to where we need it, and stick your hand in there to hold it if you need to. There we are. All right, they're both started in there. Now we can go ahead and snug them up. You want to make sure these are tight. You definitely don't want them vibrating loose. I'm just going to go ahead and try to work on this one. Give it a little bit more here. Just going to get my ratchet around the areas that it's getting stuck on. Okay, that feels good. Tight. Very nice. Now we can get our belt situated on the pulleys and we can move along. So we've got the belt going around all the pulleys here. I'm gonna use my 14mm wrench on the tensioner. I'm gonna try to pull on this wrench to relieve pressure from the tensioner and hopefully have enough slack with my belt. Okay, get this on there. Release tension. Okay. All right. Just take a peek. Make sure your belt's on all the pulleys. Just gonna take a look from up top. Make sure we're on all the pulleys up here. Yep. So we've got our power steering, idler, alternator, tensioner, water pump, crank, AC, and then back up to the power steering. Cool. All right, that looks good. Let's get this packaged back up real quick, and then we'll start it up. Double check to make sure the belt's situated where it needs to be situated. Once we run it for a couple seconds, you know, start it up, run it for maybe like 10 seconds. This situated. Just get it all lined up back to where we took it apart. Press this down in there. That rearward one needs to go in better. There we are. Very nice. Okay. This right here should have a little thing that comes out and it slides over this. We're gonna pretend it's there, slide it over. We've got a little 10mm bolt right here. Just gonna see about starting it in. There we are. All right, okay. We've got the belt on there. We're gonna start it up, run it for a few seconds. Turn it off. Now we'll go check it.
Thanks for watching. Visit 1aauto.com for quality auto parts shipped to your door, the place for DIY auto repair. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button.